Hi, my name is John Howe, and this is my story. In 2014, I was diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma. I worked with another letter carrier, a friend of mine. His name was John Curran, and he spotted a spot on my head. And so I went to a routine dermatologist appointment. They took a biopsy, and a day later, the dermatologist called me back and says, "You need to go see a surgeon as soon as possible. You have melanoma." That's a skin cancer, one of the deadliest cancers out. Unless you could go in and surgically remove it, there was no chemo, there was no drug that could help you through that. So they took the cancer out of the head. The doctor said, "Let's hope that it doesn't come back again." And that hope didn't happen. In 2015, I developed a lump in my neck. And so they ended up having to go back in and do surgery again. And they took out 28 lymph nodes. And again, they told me, "Okay, we got the melanoma." And so from 2015 to 2017, I was doing pretty good. So the week of Christmas, 2017, I'm on the street delivering the mail, and I answer the phone, and it's the doctor. It says, "The latest scan finds we have a large tumor on your stomach." And at that point, I thought it was pretty much game over. And we had that talk with my family, and we thought it was pretty much that time. The game plan was they wanted to remove my whole stomach, and I didn't like the option. I said, even if I do live, I don't want to live without my stomach. I was open to any other option, and immunotherapy was an option that they had given me. And so they would try a combination of the drugs, and it wasn't working. So they got down to the last combination that they could use, and the doctor said, "Look, this is really gonna make you sick, but it's the only thing we have left." And they tried that, and it started working. It shrunk the tumor to a point to where they only had to take a quarter of the stomach out instead of the whole stomach. The surgeon said, "I thank God you told me no, because once I take your stomach, I can't put it back in." And he goes, that was a miracle in itself. And that's a reminder that I have every day that God has been so good to me, and he continues to use me in special ways. My time's not yet here. God, he has been there every step of the way. I mean, I attribute everything to we go through things in our life for a reason, for a purpose. And God uses those things to make us stronger, make us the person that he needs us to be, he wants us to be. I remember when I did the first video in Bethel in 2017, and I shared a little bit about what I was going through at the time. That simple video has made a total change in my life. When they posted the video in church, I had people that I didn't even know in church were coming over to me and said, "I showed your video to my mom, or to somebody who's going through an illness, a cancer, and you're such an inspiration. Your story was such an inspiration to them." God just takes a simple thing in your life and just uses it for his will. And to me, that was the beginning of my story. So I'm in church one day, and Pastor Rob's talking about B groups. And so I turn around and I went to Pastor Rob after the service. I said, "I think we need to start a B group for illness and caregivers." I just felt God putting this on my heart. Now, mind you, I'm just a letter carrier. I'm not a counselor, but I felt God putting this on my heart. You need to do this. And I have been the host of the Illness and Caregivers B group here at Bethel for the last 4.5 years. To be able to sit there and encourage someone, to pray with someone, to love on someone that's going through the most difficult times in their life, but to know that they're not there by themselves. They're there with somebody else that helps them, takes them by the hand and prays with them, encourages them. It's just been another gift that God continues to use me. There's a reason why I'm still here. God continues to use me in that way. And I'm just so blessed for the opportunity. When you're diagnosed with a cancer, and everything that you do from that point on is diagnosed in your head. Why am I going through this? What am I And all my diagnoses were answered. All my questions were answered. And God has just used this cancer to bring me so much closer to Him.